Right now, storms pushing through the state, triggering tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and tomorrow morning you'll wake up to snow.
Plus, live pictures from a deadly shooting at a Castleton restaurant. What we know so far from police.
Big Ten tournament champions, Purdue can call itself just that, taking down Michigan and then finding out where they'll be playing in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. I'll have much more from all of it coming up in 13 Sports.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We have breaking news, but before we get to that, we are watching severe storms move across the state right now. Rob Ellis has been tracking these all night, including that line that you just saw on the screen, all the warnings and watches this evening, and we have a long night ahead of us.
Yeah, I think the good news is we haven't seen as much severe weather here locally in central Indiana. There have been a couple of tornado warnings to the north and much more farther to the south. Let me show you where we are right now. We'll get you updated on the radar. Larger picture will show you the storm moving through, and you can see a lot of the components. Heavy rain, some storms, tornado warnings to the south. Snow back behind this. That'll give you an idea of how quickly the temperatures are going to drop. There is one tornado warning that is still in place. Actually, I want to back up and go to potentially a new tornado warning that's been issued farther to the south. Stay with me. I just want to make sure I get updated on that because that may include, and yes, it will include areas to the south. It does not include our viewing area. I just wanted to make sure this is going to be just south of our viewing area. We do still have a severe thunderstorm warning in place for Monroe County, points to the east of Bloomington. We've been watching a pretty strong storm there. Look at the contrast in temperatures. 59 degrees currently in Indy, 71 in Louisville. Meanwhile, it's in the 30s to the west. All of that colder air is moving our way, and it's almost here. 47 for Terre Haute. Meanwhile, you're still almost 70 in Columbus right now. Very warm temperatures ahead of this. This is what they're using. The storms are using to really feed off of that. We're going to have to watch this cell very carefully. That does have the new tornado warning just south of Bloomington. This is a couple of counties south of Bloomington. In the southern part of Indiana, that's closer to, say, Louisville's viewing area. There is still one tornado warning in the northern part of the state. That one did have some minor rotation, but across central Indiana, we have not seen that, although we do still have the severe thunderstorm warning just east of Bloomington. That one's going to go until 11:30. One thing to note here, National Weather Service has put the tornado possible wording in the severe thunderstorm warning because there was some minor rotation detected here. Still seeing a little bit of that. In fact, I'm just going to query a couple of these pixels just to show you what the radar is spitting out. 60-mile-per-hour winds that the radar is estimating. They are up in the atmosphere just a little bit, but there could be some 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds within that. We're also starting to notice just a little bit of minor rotation where we have a little bit of this kink in the line, but thankfully no tornado warnings currently. That line will continue pushing east, but by morning this will be done. Then we talk snow, temperatures in the 20s, potential snow squalls for tomorrow. I'll have more on that coming up.
And tonight we're tracking reports of damage, and so far it's modest. In this north side Indy neighborhood, strong winds blew down a tree which took out power lines and left a whole area without power for a little while. It sparked a bit of an issue here near 75th and Spring Mill. Jessica Bunnell told us her husband felt like the house shook and then looked outside to see the tree on fire.
He just said it was a big boom, so I don't know. I'm glad I wasn't home. I probably would have freaked out.
We also had reports of trees down in the Terre Haute to the west, in Whiteland and just south of Indy. Emergency crews caution there may be lines down tonight, and they remind you to be extra careful in the dark. And looking out at those power outages right now, Duke Energy has about 1,400 customers out. That's down from about 8,000 earlier today. Both Indiana, Michigan Power, and AES have only a few hundred customers in the dark. Rob is going to be tracking the wind and the storms overnight over on WTHR+. Just scan the QR code on your screen for information and to get to our free streaming app where you can stay up to date on this weather impact alert. Breaking news tonight. Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Castleton at a restaurant near the mall there. Our Brandon Schaff is at the scene. And Brandon, what do we know so far?
Good evening, Allison. There is the Longhorn Steakhouse right behind me here at Castleton Mall here on Indy's northeast side. This is where police say that a man was shot and ultimately died in what they are describing as a disturbance. Let's let you see the scene here. It is still a relatively active scene. There were a lot more law enforcement vehicles here even just a short while ago, but some of them are still sticking around here. This happened right before 9 p.m. Officers responding to a report of a person shot. They found a man with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and later died. This disturbance happening between the victim and several people right here in the restaurant's lobby. Police saying that the suspect shot the victim and ran away.
It's really sad and unfortunate that there's just a small part of our society that have no regard for human life and will easily pull out a weapon and kill someone over very little. It's also not only for the victim is it just terrible and tragic, but think about the community members here that came out for a nice dinner at a restaurant, and then violence erupts in front of them. So, that's scary.
Officers say that they found 3 people and detained them at a nearby Jimmy John's related to this incident. Reporting here outside of this Longhorn Steakhouse here up at Castleton Mall, Brandon Schaff, 13 News. Back to you, Allison.
All right, thank you, Brandon.